Welcome to the Switch Clicks Podcast, episode 93, recorded on July 19th, 2022. In this episode, we'll be discussing our thoughts on the shutdown of Nintendo eShop on Wii U and 3DS. My name is Dakota, and today I'm joined by Kaiser.
Yeah.
And Nathan.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Anyways, this week Nintendo announced that they'll be shutting down the eShop on Wii U and 3DS on March 27th, 2023.
Finally. I mean, oh no.
It's in Europe and everywhere else, pretty much. But, you know.
Admittedly, it won't affect me as much, but there are some concerns about, digital
preservation without dubiously legal means.
And also, like, game prices and whatnot. Like, right now you can get a classic game.
Oh boy.
$15
I sure can't wait for a $400 per copy of Xenoblade X.
That's my problem. That's a big problem. And that's probably going to happen as a result.
No, it will happen. I can already see a couple just rise already.
Kid Icarus is going to cost like $800. The entire set with the Circle Pad Pro on the 3DS.
Oh god. Yeah, honestly, if any game deserves to be that high, it's definitely Kid Icarus, alright? Actually, great game.
But right now, it's like regular price. So I mean,
the eShop.
On the eShop. So the game itself technically is worth just that much, but the moment it closes, yes.
Yeah, call it rare goods.
Yeah, pretty much. And there are a bunch of other games that will disappear by the time this eShop closes, and one of them is basically the entirety of the Game Boy Advance library. Because the only way you can legally get them right now, aside from spending thousands of dollars, is by using the eShop, the Wii U eShop, or if you're a 3DS ambassador for some reason, then yes.
For some reason, of course, I'm not one.
But the entire library is going to disappear. You're not going to be able to buy Game Boy Advance games anymore. And for a while, we're probably gonna have to wait a year or two until we get them on the Switch. And by then,
who's gonna give or take a decade?
Exactly. Who's gonna want to pay for subscription again? Unless it's necessary.
Unless they add it into the regular form or whatever the expansion pack.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Hey yo, here's just a GBA game that doesn't take so much space, nor does it take so much anything. And we'll give it on the expansion pass. You already get your N64 stuff there. I think.
Add insult to injury.
What insult? It's already beyond insulting.
I also gotta say this as well. The DS games are also getting screwed over because right now they're dirt cheap on the Wii U. And they're gonna be super expensive the moment that eShop closes. And I'm pretty sure there's a really, really good amount of DS games out there that people want to try.
Well, they have a decent amount of Pokemon games on the DS, right? The 3DS?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, we got Pokemon Conquest, aka the best Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, basically all of Gen 4 and Gen 5.
Gen 5. Oh, yeah. But there's also Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey, and also the entirety of what's it called? Oh yeah, that's right, the Etrian Odyssey games. You guys may not know that, but basically it's just a really fun dungeon crawler that's really focused on map exploration and first person, and you quite literally jot down your own map. No, not even joking. Jot down your own map. Have fun.
Oh, great!
Oh yeah.
I have to assume that's a very tiny niche, and not many people will be clamoring to re-download it.
Whereas something
it's tiny. It's more so the fact that most of the game it's an Atlas game. It's of course it can be puny as hell. All right, right. Because when it comes to Atlas, they got some nice hits like their flagship franchise, Persona 5. Because Persona 5 invented jazz and it also invented Tokyo. All right. Don't forget that, alright? Don't forget that Persona 5 invented everything Japan. Oh, and I guess Shin Megami Tensei.
I guess as a Zelda fan myself, I can say we're probably going to lose two of the best consoles to play Zelda games on. Both the 3DS and Wii U basically have the most Zelda games to play.
Effectively,
until March 27th.
yeah.
And that's what scares me the most. Like, how long are we gonna have to wait until people get to experience some of the best Zelda games ever?
Yeah, like Minish Cap.
Yeah, exactly. That game is disappearing, and it's already scarce enough because Nintendo never brought it out publicly on the 3DS.
Well, at least they're not destroying the online system, because then Triforce Heroes will be literally unplayable.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
But I think we're good for another few years. If the Wii Online only shut down a few years ago, then we're good for probably another 10 years or so.
Yeah, especially considering like the 3DS and Wii U games were designed for more long-term with a long-term
Yeah.
type of mindset.
Yeah. And I have to assume, like, shutting down these digital services, Nintendo has the statistics and the data on what the usage is. And I guess, yes, it's to save money. That's probably their main priority, if I have to assume. But it's just normal. I'm not really making a big deal about it, honestly. I didn't buy many things digitally anyway.
Yeah. I guess there's
Yeah.
that whole consumerism side of things where, some people want to be able to own things, some people just want to have the most experiences, and that doesn't necessarily mean owning things. It could just be, paying for Xbox Game Pass and playing a game once or twice. Everyone has their own preferences. Like, especially for you, Dakota, you're a physical guy, so like this literally means nothing to you. Other than prices increasing.
Yeah, and I don't usually go back and buy games that I haven't played before on an old console, because if I wanted to play them, I probably played them at the time, and I have the game. So the only time I've ever done that was with Animal Crossing New Leaf, and I bought it 7 years after release. Yeah, if anybody pays attention on our Discord community, if you look at Tyler's status on Discord, you already see that he's playing just almost like a new game every hour or so. I have to assume it's because he has Xbox Game Pass, and
He has Ultimate.
He or his family are playing the game.
And I think he has a Series X, right?
Yeah. So in that case, that his family, it doesn't matter how many games they have, and it saves probably a lot of space, in their home, to just have Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah. And I guess that kind of revolves around why some people are not too concerned about necessarily owning a game. Not to mention there's a little bit of a iffy side to this, obviously.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing for you to be scared about would be prices. Whereas someone like me, I kind of want to experience some games, but I never really bothered to buy them. So it goes both ways. Like, on one hand, I would sorely be missing these games and be like, damn it, this is a wasted opportunity. I should have bought it.
I could have bought myself Xenoblade Chronicles on the 3DS.
And then on the other hand, I'm like, oh wait, well, I mean, like, how much would I actually play this game?
Yeah,
there's also other ways to play it. I'm not talking about dubiously legal means, right? But just like, oh hey Fred, do you still have that? Do you still have that game that I mentioned earlier? Do you still have that? No. Now I have to spend like a couple $1,000s.
Yeah, I have to assume that the amount of people that this affects has to be very low.
Yeah, it's mainly collectors or people who are looking for cheaper consoles at this point.
Because do you ever see somebody flex how many games they have on their console digitally? That's not very cool. You have more icons, great job. But if you come to somebody's house with a giant stack of games, that's super impressive.
Now we're talking.
Impressive. I mean, compared to just, and then again, it is impressive to a degree, but it gets to a place like, well, that's unfortunate.
You're a hoarder. No,
yeah, it depends on which games. If you're buying literally shovelware just for the numbers, okay, you have a problem.
Yeah, you have a big problem. But if it's
I sure love Action 52.
Legitimate. Oh my gosh. Hey, Action 52 actually saves space.
Oh yeah, 52 games at one.
That's the thing, though. There's people who don't understand about the difference about collecting physical and digital. And then there's people out there who simply just don't understand buying many games at once.
People can understand buying like books or reprints of manga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because what's it called? They're obviously gonna reprint them, right? It's not hard to get your collection started even so late, right? But comparatively, if you get like games, they're gonna be in limited production comparatively. They're not always gonna be available. Well, they will always be there compared to just good old paper.
Yeah, and I'm sure in 20 years or so, we're going to have really good, dubious means to get the games that we played nowadays. So we'll be
Yeah.
fine.
And that's why not everyone's been panicky, because such means exist.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the modding community is massive for those two consoles.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Not to mention, like even then, there's a reason why the Wii is still very big even to this day, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because people have the dedication to actually host their own servers for those titles.
Exactly.
Look at the Mario Kart community, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. He,
Breath of
like,
the Wild is still it's still like the biggest Wii U game out there. Like people are using the Wii U version to make insane mods. And like exactly what you said with Mario Kart, the community is just big, and maybe there's a side to this where they just won't die regardless of losing access to this game, because Dakota mentioned, there are improving methods of acquiring these games dubiously.
oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, it's just God the worst thing about this really is just DS games, right?
Yeah, I've that's the thing I'm scared the most
People
about.
talk about, oh no, Game Boy, no, or like, oh no, I can't play my favorite 3DS games, or at least purchase of them once it's like too late.
There's just no
But
other modern means to play a DS game.
yeah, I mean, of course you can like get a good old cartridge for your 3DS, but
You don't have two screens on a PC. You don't have two screens on a Switch. Like, how do you
oh,
do that?
unless you have like, well, at least a touchscreen, right?
Yeah.
Which is why Wii U's actually like a very honestly, that's probably the best part about the Wii U.
Yeah. I played DS games on my Wii U, and holy crap, it was such a crazy experience. I'm just sad it's gonna go. But
I
like,
have a cartridge that 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 has a lot of stuff on it. Yeah,
oh
I
god.
yeah
Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Get
yeah.
out of here.
I'll find outside of just dubiously legal means, right? Three, playing DS games is gonna be a lot harder actually.
It
Yeah,
is.
especially if like that feeling of touch and like versatility comparatively
You can
to
only replicate that on like mobile devices, but you need a controller to attach.
yeah, it's just awkward as hell to just us juggle the touchscreen alongside just the touchscreen again.
Mhm.
I do think this is a conversation that every generation is going to have anyway. Like,
Yeah.
once the Switch kind of goes out of style, when we have the next thing, oh no, the
Oh
Switch lifespan,
no.
the Switch store is going to close. That's going to be pretty big because most indie games are
I doubt it really.
exclusive, but it'll be a really, really long time because of what Nathan said earlier. It's like, yeah, they're gonna keep the online longer because they're gonna probably have a larger base.
And the games are designed to be more long term at that point.
Yeah, and also like if you look at the prices of Wii games and DS games specifically, they're not that much higher that I've noticed. Like, of course, the main popular games, yeah, they're gonna be expensive no matter what. But if you look
I
at like Game Boy Advance games versus DS games,
yeah.
DS games are a lot cheaper.
The only
For
reason
obvious reasons.
the only reason I see that is because a lot of people actually bought the Wii and DS. So there's
That's
just
true.
millions of copies of those games out there.
Maybe
Yeah.
trillions.
And the
Really?
access to those consoles are really high as well. Same with
Yeah.
the 3DS. Like there's a bunch of 3DSs out there. Now
Yeah.
Wii U, there's not that many, but
But
you can
hey,
get
the
most
modding
of the good
community
games
is
on there
growing.
are fine.
The modding
You can-
community is growing. So
Yeah, most of the
Wii U's
Wii U
growing.
games you can have
It-
a different
yeah.
experience either on the Switch or on the Wii. You could go either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. There's only some games on the Wii U that I would say belong to the Wii U, but other than that, like you could just
Yeah,
buy
you
the
got
Switch version.
WarioWare Gold,
And Nintendo Land.
And Wii
of
Party U.
course. and Smash for Wii U.
Everything. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here!
No way. Hey, you mentioned console exclusive, but not mentioned that.
Wait,
Hey,
Smash
you
for
get
Wii U.
out
What
here.
was the like the game mode that was exclusive to that?
Smash Tour.
Smash Tour, Rip Smash Tour.
Rip Smash Tour. Oh
Crash
boy.
Tour?
Well,
Crash
downloadable
Tour?
at least.
Rip Smash Run from the 3DS version.
Downloadable
Yeah,
at
sure,
least.
sure. But worst thing to miss is Shin Megami Tensei 4. All right. Like,
I mean, worst thing to miss: Fire Emblem Fates.
oh yeah. But if you have Fates already, you could just get all the DLC after completing like a certain chapter. All right.
You know, if I bring up Fates again, you're obligated to rant on about it
Fates Stay
in a
Night,
bad in a negative way.
Fates Stay Night, or Fate Heaven's Feel. Fate. Sorry, I should talk about that Fate.
Dakota, here's one thing you're losing:
Hmm?
Shovel Knight. Shovel
Yeah, but I
Knight.
can buy the same experience on multiple consoles. It's not that big of a deal. They're gonna
Hey,
be
but this is
releasing
your
that
first.
game for the next
This is your
20
first
years.
experience, though.
The
Your
only
first
experience. All right, the
Ah,
only
that's
one
true.
true experience. All right, nothing else matters.
I played the game. I've replayed that game so many times. It doesn't matter where I play it.
Well, I mean, if you replayed it many times, does that imply some certain other video?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I gotta make it correct because
You gotta make it correct.
There's so much.
Yeah,
to
you
talk
actually
about.
gotta get good gameplay this time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right, everyone. Okay, this is gonna be ambitious. This is gonna be an ambitious one.
Sure.
What?
We'll see about
Oh
that.
boy. Oh boy.
But honestly, just bring up Fates again.
Fates.
You no longer have to
Oh, no.
pay a total of like $120 to get every single title, every single version.
Fine.
Not even joking.
Awakening.
But they didn't really say anything about it. It's quite literally just, oh, it's just Awakening, right?
Echoes.
Echoes. The thing is, the DLC for those games aren't as prevalent compared to
Warriors.
Fates.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss Fire Emblem Warriors on the 3DS.
Oh no, my extremely low res polygons. Oh no. Well, probably it's gonna be slightly less than Ocarina of Time.
You know this is gonna go on forever if I start to.
Thank you for joining us in discussing the shutdown of the Nintendo eShop on Wii U and 3DS next March. We would love it if you could follow us on Twitter and listen to future episodes on Spotify and iTunes. Join our community Discord server to continue today's discussion, and we'll see you next time, the Switch Clicks Podcast.